Hello, and welcome back to the Moonlight server. Um, so there's a lot of noise happening right now, as you can hear. But to start this episode off, we're gonna go and give our little friend that we haven't named yet a hat, and I'd like it to be orange. I think we can make it a bit more orange, if I'm right. Color D87F33. Nope, you can only make it one orange. Okay, great. So we're gonna give our little zombie friend a hat, if he's still over there, which I believe the last time I checked he was. Yeah, there, you can hear him there. Now let's give him a hat. He's got his egg. He can't carry anything else. I don't think you gotta toss it down there more. Will he be able to pick it up? Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Great. Now he's got a hat. Awesome. So he's gonna... Now they won't burn up in the sun anyway, but he's got a hat on. A nice chapeau. Anyway, all the noise that's happening over here is my sheep. I have, if I can get down here, one of each, or two of each color now. And I dug out a large area because they were getting too jammed up, and it's way too noisy. Yeah, so I want two of each sheep, other than the brown, because there's no jungle available yet, so we aren't able to get the brown, the chocolate yet. Cocoa is what I mean. Anyway, we're going to start this episode off with an enchantment. But what should we enchant? Maybe we'll enchant... I want to get another work pick. This one's not too bad, but I've repaired it a lot. And I'd rather get another work pick. These are all Fortune 3s. One Silk Touch, Fortune 3, Fortune 3, Fortune 3. So I'm willing to trade with people. I'm almost wondering if I should do... Maybe we should save up. No, because I die too frequently to save things. Actually, you know what? Let's try a sword. If we haven't... Yeah, let's try a sword, because I would love to get looting. So let's see what we got here. Bane of Anthropods 4? Jeez, terrible. Let's enchant a bow quickly. Power 4. Let's just do a cheap bow, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need some lapis. So let's pop that bow in there, and we'll just pop a one enchant on that for an unbreaking, and now let's see what we get. Sharpness 4. Okay, let's see what we get. Yes, perfect. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. And we're just gonna put that away. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly, I've been waiting for that one for a long time now. So now we have a looting 3 sword. And I probably, that other sharpness 4 sword I have, I'll probably add that to this. Or I'll add this one to that. Either way. Anyway, so now we're down in our base. And as you can see, I've done a lot. Not anything that makes it look neater, other than removing the ugly floor we had before, and adding some pumpkins on the ground so there's not torches everywhere. But we did remove, I did remove the farm I had upstairs because it was getting trampled too often, and we have a lot of potatoes, so we can do without potatoes for a little while. Same with carrots. But what we are going to set up today is a semi-automatic brewing stand, mainly designed to brew just splash speed potions. And that is because I've loved the way how fast you are when you're working, and that's why I just have this little thing set up, so you get a little boost. Oh, whoa, this guy. Look at him stomping my crops while I let him live, and he stomped my crops. So that's what he gets. So we do definitely have another slime chunk, because what I've done is I've marked this area off where this chunk is, and this is definitely one of them. because I get a lot of them up there and a little bit down here still. But yeah, there's another one over here somewhere. And I don't plan on doing anything with them. It's just nice every once in a while to have a slime jumping around and you can get them little extra slime balls. Izcal has his own slime farm, and I'm sure we can trade with him for some slime. But that's just me assuming things. Who knows? But yeah, so I want to definitely set up some sort of brewing area, probably right here. Get rid of this one because right now this is all manual. It's working with what we have, but I would like it to be a bit more efficient because I use the speed potions quite often. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to grab the supplies, and maybe I'll start just hollowing out the area that we're going to work in. But yeah, so I'll get to that right now. Sorry about earlier. I had my coordinates on. Didn't want that to be distracting. Anyway, I'm not totally sold on this yet, but this is what I have set up. This is just the design I came up with. I haven't done any of the redstone yet. I just want to do the front face first so you guys can have a look. And if you're wondering, I'm not sure if anyone knows yet, but these blocks are now craftable. And I'll just show you quickly how you do that. You just need, actually I'm going to end up making more. 3, 4. And maybe it's, I haven't played in a while, so this might have already been added a while ago. So let's just, anyway, you make half slabs out of these, and then you just do that. Put 2 half slabs, 2 stone brick slabs on top of one another, and you get the chiseled stone. Anyway, I don't want those right now, so we'll just dump those away. But yeah, so now it's time to set up the redstone for this. But quickly I'll explain the way this is going to work. This is going to be our storage chest for all the splash potions. These are the order of the ingredients starting from the bottom that are going to get pumped into the brewer. This is going to be the button that starts the machine. This is going to be an on-off toggle that disables the machine when it's off. And this is going to be where we fill up our water for the machine. But yeah, so that's just the basic look of it. I'm not entirely, I do want to do splash because I'm going to have somewhere set up so I can do this again. And the reason that I have this currently set, so I have to jump on top of it so that I don't bump into it and accidentally get, you know what? I didn't even get, there we go. I didn't get splashed that first time. So yeah, I've been wasting potions constantly. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the back. And as you can see, I've got 4 of these droppers that are facing this way toward the brewing stand. And we're going to use wool just as stairs for now. I need some more chests quickly. Okay, so to set this part up, we're just going to start with a hopper, aiming down at the brewing stand. And then on top of this, we're going to put a chest. And then we're going to do another hopper. And let's set this pillar up a little bit. And then we're going to do another chest. So there's a pattern to it. And you can tile this for as many ingredients that you need in your machine or in your potion. You can keep tiling this upward. This is a design, I'm not entirely sure who started it, but this is a common design that people do for automatic brewers. So this is not something that I came up with, and they are all in fact reachable on the front side to refill. You just gotta right click on the right spots. That didn't really show you anything. I could have right clicked on the same ones, but you can reach all of them from that one position. And now let's just add this is where our water is going to go. And just so that if you're not aware of how brewing stand and hoppers work, anyone going into the side of it is going to be the potions or the water bottles that are going into it. Any of the ones on the down side, on the bottom of the potion brewer, are going to pull the potions out of the machine into the chest, and anything on the top is going to add into the ingredients on the top there. So it doesn't matter what side you come in on, they're always going to add anything on the side is going to add things into this bottom part here. And the one thing that we're going to need to do, one of the first things we're going to need to do, because our button is right here, we're going to add, pop that away. We're going to add a piece of redstone just on the top of this piece here. And on the side, let me grab, sorry, I don't have all my stuff with me. Let's grab this and those. Probably need more redstone. And that should be good for now. Yeah, so what we're going to do, because we need, if we start putting potions into this, it's going to automatically get sucked out. Because there's nothing stopping. As soon as I put this in, it's going to get popped out because there's nothing stopping this hopper from sucking the stuff out of the bottom. So we're going to add this torch there, and now anything you put in there isn't going to go down. And I'm sorry if this is all knowledge that people know already. You know what I've done? I didn't even realize this. I just saw it now. I realized that I need to have the water has to go into the machine, so it has to be over top of that hopper there. Anyway. Yeah, but I'm sorry if I'm saying stuff that everyone already knows. I just this is more I want anyone who doesn't even know anything about redstone to be able to do this if they want to, and have a little bit of a better understanding of how to set one of their own things up if they wanted to. And what we're gonna do on this side here. Sorry, I have just made this in creative already, so I'm looking at that. So I can also talk while I don't have to think the whole time. But here we're going to need to, basically when you press the button, we need a few things to happen. When you press the button, we need the 3 potions that are in the machine to get sucked out and put into the chest below. We need 3 new potions to go, 3 new empty water bottles to go into the brewing stand. And we need all the ingredients to go into this hopper here so that they're ready to go for the brewing. And the only way to do that, because right now, this hopper is all ready to pump potions into this thing. As soon as we start putting potions in here, it's going to start putting them in. But the way that hoppers work, the way that hoppers pull from a brewing stand is it's always going to pull and put from the first slot first. So if we press that button and we start pulling those out, it's going to start pumping these in at the same time. So if we do that, then we're going to get the first brewed potion pulled out. Well, this is an awkward potion, so we don't even want that in there. But we're going to get the first brewed potion pulled out, and then it's going to pump a water bottle in. And instead of pulling these other 2 brewed potions, it's actually going to pull those water bottles out. So we actually need to also put a bit of a stopper on this stand so that it doesn't put the water bottles into the machine until it's finished pulling the other ones out. So what we're going to do is we're going to power this piece of wool here. So now whenever we put stuff in this chest, it's not gonna pull any of those out of there. And now let me just see if I can get this part hooked up first. We need to put some wool here. Oh, you know what? We're not low enough. So we'll just knock this out a bit. Not that we need this much space. You know what? I'm just going to put the music down a little bit. I do like to have a bit of background music in though. I really hope that water doesn't get in the way. It shouldn't. I don't think it goes back. Oh, lapis! Look at that. Perfect. I didn't really need any, but I love lapis now. And I'm still using the first silk touch I got from the beginning of the server, which is still iron. Yeah, so let's fill this in again. Okay, so just below this one, we're going to put another torch right on top of it here. And I know that went off now. So what we need to do is we need to add some redstone dust here, and we need to add a little bit more of we gotta step this down first. I should rely more on my knowledge of redstone and not just on my design here, because I end up making more mistakes looking at my design and making mistakes from the copy. Anyway, so right now we've got this torch on, preventing this hopper from pulling from the brewing stand. We've got this hopper also preventing from putting water bottles into the brewing stand because of this bowl here. And we have some delays set on these so it actually waits until it's done pulling. Now we're going to go on to the next step here. Actually, before we move on to the next step, let's test to make sure this is working. So basically what I've done here is I've put 3 splash potions in the bottom here. Just we'll pretend like this machine is run and we've brewed these. And we're going to put 3 water bottles in. It's important to start the machine with water bottles in this hopper here, because if there's not enough water bottles in this bottom hopper, which is at least 3, then when you press the button, it's only going to pull 2 of them in because it didn't have time to bring the other water bottle in. So as long as you start with 3 here, it should work just fine. And we're going to test that out now. Both of these repeaters are set to 4. And then we're just going to run around here. It's finished brewing. We can have a look to see. Press this button. It pulls 3 of those out and it pops. There you go. So you can see the water bottles did go into the machine. And you'll see down here that there's only 2 splash potions, and that's because the other one is just sitting waiting in this bottom hopper. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. It's pulling and putting the new water bottles in. Now what we've got to do is set up so that it's going to pump our ingredients into the machine. And the way we do that is also in a bit of a pattern. Because we've got the redstone here, we're going to put one piece of wool there and a piece of wool on there. And we will have, actually, let's just do this now. Perfect. Perfect. These feather falling boots that I found are ugly, but they are a lifesaver. I've fallen many times now. So what we're going to do now with that is, once the button's pressed, this torch lights up, and it's going to power this block, which is going to turn this torch off, which is keeping this torch off currently. So this is going to go on because this piece of redstone is powered. So this one's also going to go. So it's going to fire this one first, then it's going to fire this one. And I'm just putting these here so I can get up. Perfect. And then here we're going to need to put, so this redstone torch here is powering this block. So it's actually going to, these 3 droppers have already been taken care of for the trigger. And because we've added this one here at the top, we're going to add 1 torch there, and then 1 torch right here. So as you can see, this is a very repeatable pattern. The only one that's a little bit different is the first one you start off with here. So you can see, actually we should just test this again. We should hear 4 clicks because they're all empty. Now I didn't hear 4 clicks, but that might also be, here, let's just do this. Let's put 1 block in each of these droppers. So when we press the button, we should actually, oops, I put a torch back there. Let's make sure that's not going to interfere with anything, which it definitely will. Okay, so let's run back over here. And right now we should get 4 acacia wood blocks into the top of this brewing stand. Yeah, I must press the button right because it pulled out the other 3. There we go. Perfect. So now we know that's working. So this is it. This will now work for us. There's nothing else to our brewing thing. Actually, let's set it up and start pumping some potions into it. So first of all, let's grab some water bottles and fill up our water machine. I had a bunch on me. let's empty our inventory out first. I will make sure let's grab that gunpowder. Let's grab. We should make sure that the amount of ingredients are equal, or else you might get some. Here, so what we'll do is, just so that we don't brew too many, let's just grab 8 of each. There we go. Perfect. We'll keep this we'll put the redstone in here as well. So 8 of each of those, and then we'll also need to grab 8 nether wart. And let's grab some glass bottles. Let's load our machines up. So we're going to put the nether wart at the bottom, sugar, the next one there, redstone at the top, and gunpowder on the top. And then gotta grab some water. I'm gonna put some like a water section in that same room that we're gonna set up, and let's fill the water so that we can fill up our water by just running up to this machine here and just popping them all in there. And like I said before, you gotta make sure that you have at least 3 water bottles in that first hopper right here. So we're just gonna load it up with 5 anyway. Water bottles, perfect. And let's give the machine a test. So we come up to the machine. There's currently nothing in there. There could be 3, but we're gonna press this button. Pop those 3 in there. Let's just check to make sure everything's good. See, it's already started. In other words, going into the water bottles. And up here you can see there's sugar, and then it's gonna do the redstone, and then it's gonna do the gunpowder. There's nothing. The reason I said this was a semi-automatic brewing stand is because it's not going to pull these out automatically, and I don't need to. I don't need that many potions. I just need enough for me to get a speed boost every once in a while. So if I have to come up here and check to make sure it's done, that's not that bad. It's actually this is a lot better than what I. There's a loud eating noise, but this is a lot better than what I had set up earlier. And the last step to this is just to set up this on and off toggle. So I would like this to be the on position when it faces up. So the way that's going to work is we're going to add a torch at the back. So now that it's on, those lights are on. And if we flip that switch, it's going to go off. Exactly what we want. And there's 2 things that we need to have happen when that switch is on. Firstly, we need this hopper to keep a signal. We need a signal going into this hopper still, because we can't have anything coming out of this brewing machine. And the other thing we need to have happen is we can't have these droppers firing. So the way we do that is we keep power to one of these pieces of wool, and we keep power to, oh, I already put the block there. So that's the block here we need to keep power to. So what we're going to do is pop that on there. We're going to need a piece of wool here, a piece of wool there, and let's just get this started here. So currently we're in the on position, so we need to drop that there, pop wool there, go. We kind of, just a big wrap around that this does. That goes into that. Okay, so currently what I've done is when this switch is on, it's going to turn the lights on, obviously, but it's also going to turn this torch off. And the reason we want this torch off is so that this hopper can lose power when we flip that switch, because we want those to be able to suck out. However, if we turn this off now, even if we press the button and this torch goes off, this torch is providing power to this piece of wool, which is keeping this hopper powered. So that it's not going to suck out of the bottom of that brewing stand. The other thing we're going to need to do here, that wool there is just for me hopping up and down. We're going to need to put a piece of wool there, and this is another bit of a wrap around that we're going to be doing. A lot of times I'll just put a wool. There we go, just so I can grab it. There we go. Then we're going to need to have another, so that powers this. Let's just have a look to see what goes on down there. Yeah, okay, so we need to put a torch on the back of that. we're going to put a torch there, and I'm going to need another torch. So I'll run over here quickly. Yeah, we only need one more torch. You never have too many redstone torches, though. Anyway, so now that that one's powered, we're going to then just pop another torch right on the top there. And the last bit to this is going to be adding a piece of wool there, because basically what we need to do is we need to keep power to this block so that this torch stays off. So we're going to use a repeater right there, and we're going to just, in fact, we don't even need to add a repeater. Oh, we do. Yeah, we'll keep a repeater there. Anyway, so that's done. And I believe that's it. So now, while that machine is on, this, I should have stayed up there so you guys could have a look. Okay, so now that when the machine is on, it's going to keep this repeater off, which is going to leave this piece of wool here powered by this torch only, so that when we press the button, this piece of wool can lose power and it can put the torches that are on these ones on again, so it can fire those. But when we flip that switch, it's going to keep power to this so that those torches in the machine don't go off. So there we go. And if any of this is confusing to follow around, ask questions, I will answer, and I will make sure everything's clear. Okay, so now if I have everything set up correctly, the machine is on, and we are going to be able to brew things. But because we've already done the brewing, let's turn it off. Okay, so now the brewing machine's off. We don't want these to get sucked out of here. The one thing that is going to happen every time, even if the machine's off, because this button is right against this dropper, it's going to pump the nether wart into the machine. So when I press that, as you can see, when I press that button, it left these potions in the machine. It didn't put any new ones down here, and it did not fire any of those droppers to put the new ingredients in. It did, however, pump this, but that's just because this is connected right to that. If I wanted to, I could redesign this and move stuff around and stuff, but I like the way this was kind of laid out. So I'm going to leave it like this for now. If it gets to be annoying, then we can fix it. But for me, this works. So when you press this button over and over again, basically it's going to keep pumping nether wart into the machine. So the way you just check for that, just come over here, grab the nether wart out, and then pop it back into the machine here. And then if you want to turn it on again, turn it on, and then leave those in there. We'll press this button. And there you go. Put the potions down here, and it's starting our brewing again. There we go. So we have our semi-automatic brewing machine all ready to go. And I think that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something today. If not, don't be mad at me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know about how I can make this look better. I am not a designer. I'm just I'm very average when it comes to designing things. So let me know how I can make this look better. I like these steps here so I can fill up my water here. I'm going to have something here set up so that I can fill up my water and easily fill it in the machine. And hopefully next time we'll be able to set up a mini game. This is our little project for this week, just setting up our brewing machine. And I believe I've mentioned it already. We can set up a few more of these with different ingredients as well. Okay, so thanks. Have a good day.